United States, this is Russia. We are putting up a wall dividing East and West Berlin. We will not be allowing any transportation into the East Berlin, so hopefully it will turn into a communism country like it should.
This was not what we talked about at the Potsdam conference.
I know, but we disagree with your view on capitalism. We want a communism country.
We have a situation. Stalin has taken over East Berlin and blocked off all ground routes to the city.
This is a very big situation. How should we fix it?
How should we plan to fix it? After all, we want communism to be contained and not spread.
I have a plan. We're going to fly food and supplies to East Berlin until Russia surrenders.
Okay, and when should we plan on starting this airlift?
Tomorrow we start to invade.
The United States is based on free enterprise and democracy, while Russia is a communist country. The United States did not want communism to spread anywhere else than it already had. So the United States, Great Britain, Russia, and France met for the Yalta Conference. This led to the Potsdam Conference, and they divided Germany and Berlin into 4 zones. Therefore, each country would get a zone. Russia then closed off all roads surrounding East Berlin. The Berlin airlift was from June 24, 1948 to May 11, 1949. The airlift kept 3 million people in East Berlin fed. There were 450 flights per day from the Allies going into Berlin. This led to a victory for us.
Our country is struggling for power between the Nationalist Party and the Communists. Us communists must flee from the Nationalist Army. Go.
Even though we're nationalists, we must join the communists to invade the Japanese, and we need the United States' help.
We must never again lose an Asian nation to communism.
There were 2 groups in China, the Nationalist group and the Communist group. In 1949, Mao Zedong creates a communist China which was aimed towards the lower-class people because a lot of the Chinese population was poor. He created the modern China that we know now. China had experienced industrialism about a decade after the United States did. The farming communities shrunk in size because people had to work to make steel and work other jobs. 20 million people died because of famine due to the crops failing. The U.S. containment failed towards China.
We want Japan to rise again in success without worrying about being bombed again and without communism spreading from Russia to Japan.
We're going to support the communist North Korea.
We're going to support South Korea.
Being the leader of South Korea, I would like to invade North Korea, but the United States didn't give us any weapons, they just gave us advice.
We are no match for the North Korean invaders.
In 1945, the Allies divided Korea. The United States forces occupied South Korea, and the Soviets occupied North Korea. The United States and Soviet troops pulled out in 1949. The Soviets had left the North Koreans with a well-equipped and well-trained army. On June 25, 1950, North Korea crosses the 38th parallel and invades into South Korea. The United States gave support to South Korea through military support, however, we brought no weapons. The United Nations troops pushed through North Korea to China. 54,000 Americans and Koreans perished. President MacArthur led the forces.